It's Friday, June the 9th, and this is your Barbados Today afternoon update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. We start with an urgent appeal from regional carrier Liat for its pilots to return to work. Crippled by the latest round of industrial action, the airline's management is anxiously hoping that the industrial court in Antigua and Barbuda will hear its injunction to get pilots back to the cockpits of the ATR planes. Liat's Chief Executive Officer Julie Reefer-Jones told the media that the application was filed in court yesterday. For the third straight day, pilots are off the job in protest of the airline's failure to honor a salary package agreed to in January. At a meeting involving Liat management and the Leeward Islands Airline Pilots Association yesterday, the pilots' union rejected a new proposal to make retroactive payment dating back to 2013 in 3 installments starting from December. In a statement this morning, the airline dismissed claims that it has abandoned its pilots. Reefer-Jones called on LIALPA to let common sense prevail and to return the airline's operations to normalcy. In other news this Friday, Deputy Chief Probation Officer Angela Odell is not happy with the increasing reports of deviance at the island's schools, and she is concerned that the island is not tackling the issue at the root. Speaking to Barbados Today at the Probation Department hosted its open day, Odell is pointing fingers at parents. She says parents have to take greater responsibility.
So it is best to maintain, create the unity between all stakeholders, come together and decide this is what is to be done here. We using this hymn sheet here. Everybody's saying off, you're saying hymn sheet as far as supervision and discipline is concerned. This is the hymn sheet we're using here. Hymn 149. Everybody's saying off it. Right? So there will be no doubt in the young people's mind. Right? When there is doubt as far as discipline is concerned, is where you get the manipulation, man. Manipulation of the environment, because I could get rid of this here at point A. At point B, I got to be on my best behavior.
Meanwhile, Assistant Commissioner of Police Erwin Boyce says the force is concerned about violence at schools, especially among females. He made the comments while addressing a recent graduation ceremony for students of the 2 primary schools who participated in the recent drug abuse resistance education program. Boyce, however, assured Barbadians that there is no need to panic because the country's schools remain safe.
I'm suggesting today that, yes, the level of violence in our schools, but equally so, there are very good students within the school environment. I'm suggesting to you also that schools remain relatively safe in terms of their day-to-day operation.
In other news, the genealogy group of the Barbados Museum and Historical Society has launched the Barbados Family History Project. The project coordinator, Martin Cox, says it's an opportunity for all Barbadians to tell their families' stories.
We are encouraging all Barbadians to get involved in this activity, and so that they will gain further knowledge of the personal family history. They will gain knowledge about their family connections. They will gain knowledge about the challenges which their families surmounted and what they accomplished. And by sharing that information, we will get a better understanding of the history of Barbados.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Who call and get your yams and potatoes? Wait, my girl, how you want to see for long?
I can't how you keeping, but you don't sell the nation paper no more.
But that paper is selling. This month now I stop selling that. Look, one time I would have made a little dollar on the Sunday sun. But when Sunday night, I still trying to get the weather there.
Well, you know you can't call that the Sunday sun no more. You gotta call that Sunset News. Cause at no time that news stale.
People complain that them ain't got nothing in it to read, and the price keep going up all the time. A woman abused me so sick the other day, telling me that she does read Barbados today online for free. I couldn't take that abusing soul, so I switched to my potatoes and yams.
Well, let me tell you, if pork selling, you got to raise pigs. How much for the yam?
Oh, 75 cents a pound.
But that's cheaper than that stale news. Give me
How much you want?
a pound.
Only a pound? Anyhow, these eating real good. Let me wrap them up for you. Come.
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional news now, Bermudians will vote in general elections on July the 18th. Premier Michael Dunkley made the announcement last evening, flanked by his cabinet colleagues. Dunkley wasted no time in appealing to the electorate to stick with his administration, saying that his government had turned around the country. He urged Bermudians to continue the progress with his government.
But the real choice in this election is much simpler and much more important. Will Bermuda move forward or back? Forward in our safe hands in the management of the economy, or back to the reckless conduct of the past? Forward with our work to make Bermuda more open, transparent, and accountable, or back to the governance that put personal interest before the public interest? Forward with concrete progress, or back to the empty promises and rhetoric?
And on the international front, hours after a disappointing election result, British Prime Minister Theresa May announced plans to form a government backed by the Democratic Unionist Party of Northern Ireland. May's Conservative Party lost its parliamentary majority in the election days before it began talks on Britain's exit from the EU. This morning, she, however, assured the nation that her new government was ready to get on with the business of providing sound leadership.
A government that can provide certainty and lead Britain forward at this critical time for our country. This government will guide the country through the crucial Brexit talks that begin in just 10 days and deliver on the will of the British people by taking the United Kingdom out of the European Union. It will work to keep our nation safe and secure by delivering the change that I set out following the appalling attacks in Manchester and London, cracking down on the ideology of Islamist extremism and all those who support it, and giving the police and the authorities the powers they need to keep our country safe.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.